Hello guys! In this video, I will show you how I made my first platformer boss fight in Geometry Dash. First, we are going to talk about the sword script. The advanced follow is linked to the toggle orb, which will make the toggle orb follow the player constantly. See, exactly like this. The move trigger moves the sword to also follow the player, but it doesn't lock directly on the player position so that it's not directly inside the player. Then with the rotates trigger, we can rotate the sword 360 around the player when the toggle orb is activated. These remaining triggers just make the sword appear and disappear a few seconds after the orb is pressed. This concludes the sword script. Let's move on to the sequence script. The sequence is triggered by two spawn triggers. These run in a loop which keeps reactivating each other in the sequence trigger. The sequence trigger sends out a group ID in order every time it's activated to keep the boss fight from being random every time. What's going on the screen right now? It's me showing you how to spawn triggers have IDs that correlate to the IDs inside of the sequence trigger. The count amount is how many times this group will be called on before another group is being called. Enough yapping, let's move on to something else before this video becomes 20 minutes long. Yes, the health system. The part of this boss fight that took me an entire hour just to figure out using 8 alpha triggers, invisible triggers, and 9 count triggers to formulate a functional health system that decreases the health bar by 1 every time a collision is met. With the sword in the boss's body was annoying to make it function. Skipping back to Fireball. The random trigger makes it so that one of 3 spots are chosen for a fireball to target. Those 3 spots are the left, middle, and right. There's some damage. The collision trigger detected it and sent of the pickup to decrease the health and the pulses to show a damage frame. Finally, the last part you really need to understand is the death code. This piece of code only goes off when the boss's health is fully depleted. Then this code will automatically go off and end the boss fight.
Leave this place. You shall falter in the face of death.
Basically, the animates caused him to constantly switch between 2 animations. The scale causes him to shrink slowly until he fully disappears. The move moves to lava platforms out of the lava, and the stop trigger stops any attack that was supposed to happen when the final health is dealt. The alpha triggers just remove the UI, and the kill switch just kills him instantly. 2 more quick things is that the damage code just checks for every time the sword makes contact with the boss and then deals 1 damage to him if the sword hits. The last thing that I want to say before this video ends is to check out my lists. IDs are on the screen, and levels, and to please rate them and like the levels. Leave a comment if you wish, and that's it for me. Have a nice day, builders.